Looks like we're about to start. Okay. Just waiting for OBS to kind of catch up a little. And it doesn't want to. It wants to go, nope. So nope. It's nope. Okay. Gotta make sure I have everything stiff. All the things that I could possibly need. Like, you know, coffee. Coffee's really good. Steadies them jitters. So I acryliced this, and then I wanted to see what it was like. Maybe I don't need this one. Is this good enough light for you guys? I think it might be. And the camera won't overload. So I acryliced the wings, and then I spray painted it white. But where I put the acrylic, the spray paint didn't really it was a bad spray paint. So I actually undid it. And now that the spray paint was really sticky. It cured for a month and it was still sticky. So it was it wasn't adhering right. So I simple greened it off. Scrubbed it. I didn't need to get rid of all the things, because I'm just going to paint it over white, including the base. I've decided I want to redo the base. I had originally taped it off because I wasn't going to, but I liked the look of the base that I have in mind, so I don't mind if I tag it, because it's all going to go black, and then I'm going to put little fiery thorns and stuff that's going to wrap around this leg. So it doesn't matter if we tag this when we're painting this part of it. And I would normally take a bit of sandpaper and kind of etch it off better, but we're gonna paint this acrylic white and let this set again so that I can work on putting on because the tacky, while that would normally be okay because it would eventually cure, I can't have put the spikes on with it still being tacky, so it was actually faster just remove that step and move on to the next step. So we'll paint this white, and then I found this on the Toys R Us clearance and decided I don't really do Funko revamps, but I decided she looked very much like a Glinda from Wizard of Oz. And I'll make a bubble for her to be in, so that I can have Glinda, and then I'll get an Elsa, and she can be Elphaba, the Wicked Witch, so that I can have Glinda and the Wicked Witch from my series. So there has to be a lot of redo here. Obviously this is too brown for Glinda. We have to paint that out. Her hair has to go into blonde. The crown's probably okay, except I'll probably make it all blue. So this will all be blue and glittery, and then pink here. So that's what we're going to work on today. So I'm going to start with this and just get it coated in the white. Closer. I don't know if I want high gloss. I want my muted white, man. So we have toasty marshmallow, which maybe that's what Glinda is a toasty marshmallow. Quick drying, easy cleanup, matte white. Perfect. So I know it's a little boring of a day, I guess. I don't know. Hopefully you guys are cool with me just kind of chillaxing right now and getting started, and I'll try to keep it all in the zone of the camera. And yes, I'm working acrylics without any kind of like water. I just don't care. It doesn't matter if it's quick drying. Like, I actually chose a quick dry just now. And yeah, I would normally do like lots of thin layers versus a thick layer, but quite frankly, it really doesn't matter. Because any thin spots we can put more on. It's probably going to take 2 coats of white to cover up the spray paint kerfuffle, because that is supposed to, I got stuff that was supposed to be bonded to the plastic, but this is such a weird plastic that I don't think it worked right. So I'm just better off, I thought I was going to be so clever in coating it to go fast, and then it ended up botching it. So like, I don't like using that necessarily for the base coat. Whereas my khaki worked just fine when I base coated with my khaki. But I went to get like the paint for the plastic paint, and I was like, nope, didn't want to work, so we'll just have to do it this way. And that's okay. I mean, eventually black will go over everything, and green and purple and everything. And I know I put on the tweet out that I was doing Funko revamp, but I'm just gonna get this started. You know, it's all the revamps in all the land. You know, same setup, it's fine. And then, yeah, so I don't think it's too bad. Like, it's not going to take me very long to just cover it in white. Originally, I wasn't going to like cover it in white as the base coat. I was just going to do the black right over it. That's why I'd only done like the inside of the wings, because they were going to green, the glow-in-the-dark green that I have. But then I decided, oh, nope, not doing that. I'm going to do this instead. This one's just a little more different than the other ones I've done. You know, usually a simple paint color revamp doesn't take very long to do. You just paint it, right? But this one wanted to be a little bit more of a challenge. More of a challenge. And I'm trying new things with this one. Because his body structure lends itself to experimentation a little bit more than like the Splatoon ones. So it lending itself to that is proven useful, like what to do and what not to do when I go to do more future customizations. Hey boo. So this is part of it, is because I do have I have some Rover amiibos I'm going to be revamping. I have Captain amiibo. I want to like revamp him into his little family, or the old style Captain outfit or whatever when he was a bus driver or something. Mostly because what I see now isn't like, I don't know. Nintendo's kind of got their act together a little bit, so like, I don't necessarily have to do like the painting of the squids anymore, or make them octolings, which is what I had to do in when the first one came out, and I was revamping that. I had to change them to octolings. That's what everybody wanted. That's what I kept having to do. But their octolings look way better. Obviously. like I said, it's okay if everything gets painted here because we are going to redo things. Doo-dah, doo-dah. And yeah, I will be, before I do the black and stuff, I will be doing like the, I'll take my fine sandpaper and I'll just sort of sand down some of the bumps after my second coat is on, just to make sure it's kind of even before I put on my clay, at which point also gets coated in white, and then another sanding, and then we go from there. Then we go from there, because painting is like your last step. It's really like you want to get everything on before that. But I'm going to get this because then the clay sticks a little better with the super glue. It did not want to stick with the Fusion base paint. Although it's funny because when I did the Sable amiibo, I did do a base paint in the sorry, I'm like, need to scoot over some so I make sure I stay inside the camera. When I did Sable, I used like the leftover paint I had from some other project, and it was a tan, which worked because she was kind of like this brown purple, right? And I had no trouble gluing on that part of it for some of her stuff, but like the white, the one made specially for the plastics did not work. So whatever this plastic is a weird kind of plastic. I'm just saying. I'm gonna paint that all the way out. I was gonna frost that part of it, but I think I'm just gonna paint it out because that's where I'm gonna put the that's where I've decided I want to put the little, like, because Maleficent turns into a dragon, she has like thorns going, so like that's where I want to put the thorns. It's like kind of like she wraps her leg in it or something. And then I'll make the base all black with everything else. This is going to go to, this has to be painted over. I was actually going to silicone mold this, I was going to make a mold of the tail bit. I was going to cut this off and make the, a silicone mold so that I could have done it in, like a clear, like resin. So I could have done like, I could have put an LED in it or something. That would have been kind of cool. But I decided I don't have time for that sort of thing, so it's just going to get painted. Who's got time to make cast moldings? Especially when there's other people who, like, seriously, they do this for a living. They're so much better at it. And this is just not something, this is, like, personal, not really, like, something I'm doing for selling. I mean, I might do it with some of my spare amiibos, like, put that back up on my shop. And sell some of the extra stuff, or see who else wants it for some more stream gear, you know, offset my costs, put in my time and skills, and get some more stream gear would be nice. Lessons in how to be OP, you know, I'm for all of it. Okay, so now our Charizard is Charizard's all painted white, so reflecty. So I did like a really strong, healthy, thick coat on him to just kind of cover. So when I do the second coat, it should bring everything up to level. The way I paint, it kind of does that. So that one's kind of done. Now the question is, do I want to just white out everything And start with a blank slate here. Or do I just want to cover? I think I could just cover her. I mean, I'll probably have to do her hair. Because if that's going to go blonde, I need to, like, do white. Should probably go a slightly smaller brush. So, yeah. Now work on the Funko. Not that it matters if it goes over, but like I'm just gonna try to keep it off of the skin color. Then when I do it, I gotta be careful of skin color not going up on the hair, or it'll create like this weird thing. So, this is how it is. I hope you guys can see it. I can turn more into the light for you guys. See how the painting has to be set up is so different than the perlers I was doing. So let me know if it's like, oops, not working. Then I need to make sure it works. I'm not the steadiest of hands with doing this right now. But I think I can turn her, if I use like the toasted marshmallow over the brown, I can make like the skin color. I also have like a sun-kissed peach, which might work. She'll be a little tanner than she probably should be, but it should work just fine without having to do too many layers, you know? But we will make her oh so awesome, and it'll be great. Like I say, I don't normally do like the Funko revamps because everybody kind of does that. It's easy to paint and it works. So we only need like a white layer here because it's gonna go to her blonde. And when I do that, I'll create like the highlights and stuff and the low lights in her hair. This is definitely going to be like a several day project here. Like if I start early in the morning enough, I should be able to do so before it gets too hot and keep these inside so they can cure. And I figured I'd give it a shot since it was like, you know, clearance style. Might as well use this for stream time. And who knows, I might end up selling these on my Etsy page or something. If it turns out as good as Sable turned out, yeah, I'm selling it. As much as I love it, you know, it's like, I love Wizard of Oz, I love Wicked. The books are amazing. But I can certainly use the money for more stream stuff, like I want to be able to buy Toad's Treasure Tracker. Gotta earn money for that though. Gotta earn the monies. Because at the moment I'm not breaking even yet. I mean, I haven't like streamed a whole lot, so that's to be expected. I got a bunch of stuff before I should have. Well, not really before. Like, I really needed to make those. I really needed to start streaming with those kind of improvements already in place. And because I didn't, like, I need to, like, log more time in for that, you know? Like, I'm just now figuring out that I can Instagram and Twitter at the same time, you know? Give me a break. I'm not that brilliant, you know? I'm smart, but I'm not that smart kind of thing. The whole I'm a dumb smart. I like being dumb smart. Should be so ghosty. Ghost, Glinda. So ghost-like. And I know everybody's like probably streaming today right now. The other computer keeps shutting down. I needed to not do that. Keeps wanting to go to sleep, and I'm like, please don't sleep. I need you to read chat. I needs it, man. I needs it. It was probably like the worst time I could have chosen to stream too. Because other people are streaming and I want to watch. But I gotta at least get this part done. Then I can break. I can always come back later tonight too. Do the next layers. So it's kind of how this is going to work, is I'm going to be breaking it up into segments. Painting and doing, and then working on the next thing, and then, you know, kind of not streaming when it's drying. Seriously? Who wants to watch paint dry? Nobody. That's who. I mean, in future I will have my DS set up so that we can, like, while the paint is drying or something, like, let's say after the paint is all done and we are waiting for something to dry for an hour, we can certainly go in and then play, like, Animal Crossing or something. That way we're in several categories and everything, and boosting numbers and making new friends. That's primary objective number 1. Make all the friends in all the land. All the land. Because I like making new friends. New friends like to hang out and chat, and we get to know each other, and it's just fantastic. And come across more people who like to do the same things or have tips and tricks. For me, it's mostly like I need the technology tips and tricks because I am not very tech savvy. But when it comes to other things, sewing, beading, jewelry, woodworking, metal, painting, I can do it. I'm doing it for a heap long time. But what I didn't know is that you can, like, post on Instagram and then post it to Twitter. I mean, these are the things that I need to know. Seeing as I just got the thing that says, hey, you have a phone that takes pictures, you can post on Instagram. Be like, what? I should be doing that? Just sort of also figuring out YouTube. So, you know, there's some things I'm just not very good at. Now I'm wondering, yeah, I better poop over the blue. We'll have to make them pink. Nut turquoise. We don't want the turquoise. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint over this whole thing too. Because I think I want to do the crown completely different. Because she wears it kind of different, so I like it different. I did think about cutting it off actually to start with. Because it's not quite the right style. But it'll work. Like I say, I want to do it. I want to do such a good job that someone wants to possibly purchase this. Or be like, oh my gosh, I freaking love Glinda, and I'll trade you this game or this thing for this. They're like, yes. I would like all the things. That would be great. So. Yeah, it doesn't turn out to be very long streams when I'm painting because I don't have all of the parts and stuff ready. We'll get it. So I can't really grab her there. See if we can't paint some of her face right now. Painting her face, painting her face, painting her face. It's time for the Sunkish Peach. This looks like Glinda. Oh yes, it looks like Glinda. We'll get the head and the skin done. Oh yeah, that is definitely Glinda color. Should probably paint over the eyebrows. Nowhere to steady my hand here. Suppose I could paint it left-handed, but don't want to. Because I can correct it when it goes into the blonde. Yeah, 2 layers of the Sunkissed Peach will be just fine. It'll brighten her up a little bit. So we'll do that. And then I'll do her arms and things later. I'll paint the dress and then I'll paint the arms. Because it's going to get tagged. Which is fine. I mean, it can be tagged just fine. It could be good. Because, yeah, we can get a really fine brush in there, and we can, you know, do what we need to do. See, it's okay if I tag the hair with the peach color. When I come in with the blonde, I can, because it's going to take 2 layers. So first things first is I got to do this, the head. Now I suppose I can cover the eyes if I really wanted. Because after the couple layers you won't see it. But yeah, well, I'll repaint it black. That way I can get the layers on that I need to get on without having to take all the time to because they're bumped out. Maybe we'll give her blue eyes. Doesn't need to have black eyelashes. Glinda doesn't have that. Glinda don't have that. And again, I'll let it dry. I'll do the second coat. I'll correct any issues. Just tagged my hand. Man, I need to pay better attention. But yeah, this isn't so bad. Like I say, I'll do the 2 skin coats. 3 if it's too bumpy on the second coat. If I'm not able to like really get in there and correct some of the bumpage. Just some of it was thicker than in other spots as I'm like trying to be careful, at least to some degree. So it's still kind of damp. I like take a really light thin layer and kind of go over at a different, kind of like 90 degrees from what I did before, as like a, it's a soft second coat really. As you can see, it kind of thins things out a little bit. So like kind of thins it out. I know it looks like complete junk at the moment, but we'll get there and it'll look amazing. Just wait and see. So we kind of just build it up so there's no like big chunks of things, because otherwise it makes it hard to paint. See, you can Maybe you can see the brush strokes. So across, up and down, kind of like all over. Why is there any wood cutting going on when I'm trying to stream? Oh, that's because things are just being awesome. Well, it's a good thing we're just about done then. It's kind of ridiculous. Maybe I will do the arms right now. Let's get I'll do the arms and I'll just be careful when I paint the dress near the arm bits. Because, yeah, that's kind of super annoying. Like, what part of I'm going to stream, so now we're going to use heavy equipment? Did you not get that notice? We made a sign and everything, and yet... Oh, there you go. I guess it doesn't matter. Okay, you don't need to stream, right? Who said I could do that? Who said that was okay? We'd just be completely rude to figure that one out. Oh, you were streaming. Oh, it's noise sensitive. My bad. It's all good. It's fine. So fine, it's probably burger fine. Okay. So that's that for right now. So not bad. 40 minutes and we got... Like, this is already dried. This is already, like, dried. But I'm going to let it dry some more before I put on the second layer, because I don't want the first layer pulling up. I don't want the first layer pulling off of what I had set in. So, thanks all for hanging out, and we'll be back. I'm just going to leave this stuff out. I'll be back later today to get the next coats of the stuff done. And then, it'll be on and off all day as we do these projects, because this just won't take hours and hours and hours. So, thanks for hanging out. Talk to you later. Bye.